Explore the world.
Top 10 highest waterfalls in the world. Number 1, Angel Waterfall, 979 meters, 3,212 feet. Angel Falls, located in the Bolivar province of Venezuela, not only claims the distinction of being the highest waterfall in the world at an astonishing 3,212 feet tall, 979 meters, but it also has the single highest plunge in the world. After a short drop of about 100 feet, Angel Falls drops 2,648 feet off of a flat-topped plateau known as Ollantaytambo, Devil's Mountain. Angel Falls was discovered accidentally by an American aviator, Jimmy Angel, in 1933. Looking for the world's tallest waterfall was the last thing on Angel's mind at the time. The Bush pilot had been searching Venezuela for famed gold ore mines and happened to fly over the location. The falls were a well-known landmark, however, for the Peman, the people native to the region. Number 2, Tugela Waterfall, 948 meters, 3,110 feet. With a total height of 3,110 feet. 948 meters, the five-tiered Tugela Falls in South Africa's KwaZulu-Natal region is the second highest waterfall in the world. Its tallest single drop in the 5 tiers is 1,350 feet, 411 meters. Tugela Falls begins at the top of an amphitheater-like mountain known as Montana O Sources. Except for times when rainfall is higher than normal, the flow of water over the falls is thin. The cascade average is 50 feet, 15 meters, wide and has a typical volume of 50 cubic feet, 1.41 cubic meters, per second. Tugela Falls is much easier to access than many of the other waterfalls on our list. It's a well-known tourist stop, and there are marked trails originating from a nearby parking lot. There are 2 trails to the falls that offer impressive views. One is a challenging 4-mile, 6.4 kilometer, hike to the top of the mountain. The elevation and thinner air make this a contest for the physically fit. The other path is a more level 4.3-mile walk through the Royal Natal National Park of South Africa to view the bottom of the falls. Number 3, Tres Hermanas Falls, 914 meters, 2,999 feet. The third highest waterfall in the world is Three Sisters Falls, found in the remote Ayacucho region of Peru. The falls, also known as Cataratas las Tres Hermanas, literally meaning waterfalls of the Three Sisters, rises an astonishing 3,000 feet, 914 meters, and is named for the 3 distinctive tiers, or steps, that interrupt the flow. The top 2 tiers fall into a large, natural catch basin of water. The third tier, which is nearly impossible to see, emerges from the basin and falls into the Kitivili River below. The Three Sisters Falls are surrounded by lush, tropical rainforest where trees routinely grow to 100 feet tall. The rugged area is located in the protected Parque Nacional Lotishi National Forest, and neighbors striking natural features in the surrounding area including the Pavarontsi Natural Bridge, the largest natural bridge in the world. The Three Sisters Falls are only visible from the air. Although there are rough trails leading to them, the area's dense vegetation makes it impossible to view the entire length of the falls from ground level. Number 4, Oloupina Falls, 900 meters, 2,953 feet, the fourth highest waterfall in the world. Oloupina Falls is the second waterfall on our list, found on the remote Hawaiian island of Molokai. The Oloupina Falls, like Puyukuaku Falls, number 8 on our list, are located on the isolated northeastern shore of the island. At 2,953 feet, 900 meters, Oloupina Falls is a tiered, ribbon-thin stream plunging over the side of one of the world's tallest seaside cliffs, Haloku Cliffs, the same cliffs that Puyukuaku Falls originate from. Surrounded by huge mountains on either side, this magnificent waterfall is so remote that there are no access trails to reach it. Like Puyukuaku Falls, it is only accessible by air or sea. The best time to view Oloupina Falls is during the rainy season, November through March, and numerous guided boat and aerial excursions offer breathtaking views of the falls plummeting over the vertical cliff face directly into the sea. Number 5. Yumbilla Falls, 896 meters, 2,940 feet. South America's recently discovered Yumbilla Falls is located in the remote Amazon region of northern Peru's Quistes district. Although it currently stands at number 5 on our list, the waterfall's height is disputed by several officials. Peru's National Geographical Institute, ING, claims a height of 2,937 feet, 895.4 meters, but other sources say it's slightly shorter at 2,854 feet, 870 meters. Number 6, Venusfossen Falls, 860 meters, 2,822 feet. At slightly less than 2,840 feet, 865 meters, in total height, Venusfossen is regarded as Europe's highest and one of its most dramatic waterfalls. This glacially fed waterfall is the centerpiece of a series of falls that line a cliff near Sundalen, Norway. All of the falls pitch out from a high bluff of rock, each carving a notch in its sheer face. But it's Venusfossen's further path that earns it recognition, and no small amount of awe, from onlookers. Venusfossen begins with a plunge that leaps out from the cliff face and fans into a misty tail of rushing water. This horsetail stretches some 590 feet, 179 meters, in flight, making it one of the longest measured drops of its type in the world. After its initial plunge, the waterfall veils. It splits into a series of intertwining falls that lace the face of the steep cliff. These various subfalls divide around jagged rocks and tenacious foliage before reconnecting toward the bottom third of the cliff. As it nears the valley floor, the massive waterfall nears 500 feet, 152.4 meters, in total width. Number 7, Baløyfossen Falls, Norway, 850 meters, 2,789 feet. To catch the action at the next waterfall on our list, you'll have to watch the seasons. Baløyfossen is a winding, 2,510 foot, 765 meter, waterfall located near the Øsufjord in Ulvik, Norway. During warmer months, the narrow cascade slows to an imperceptible trickle. Visit this waterfall in July, and you may spend your trip staring at a dry rock channel. Baløyfossen's temporal nature comes from its source. The waterfall feeds on melting snow from higher up in the region's mountains. Consequently, its appearance, flow rate and overall drama can vary greatly from season to season and year to year. A warmer than normal year could see the falls shrink from their normal course width of about 20 feet, 6.1 meters, to a mere dribble. And while the waterfall currently stands as one of the tallest in Europe, its very existence could be uncertain if climate change reduces the region's average snowpack below the level needed to feed the falls. Number 8, Puyukuaku Falls, 840 meters, 2,756 feet. Puyukuaku is another record-setting waterfall, this one found along the rugged coast of Molokai in the Hawaiian Islands. This thin ribbon of water is located on a cliff on the island's northeastern coastline, where it drops 2,755 feet, 840 meters. Like other waterfalls along this dramatic shoreline, Puyukuaku has carved a deep fissure into the porous volcanic basalt of the cliff face. This makes it harder to see than younger cascades, which haven't carved away as much of their beds. Tourists may be able to make out the falls from boats or helicopters led by experienced guides who know exactly where to look. The coast of Molokai is a fearsome environment that sometimes produces a phenomenal sight. Powerful winds blowing up the cliff face loft the falls into the air, causing them to fan out into misty spray. The water literally takes flight on the howling wind, giving hardy viewers a glimpse of a truly rare natural phenomenon. Number 9, James Bruce Falls, Canada, 840 meters, 2,756 feet. People interested in seeing the world's 9th tallest waterfall will have to stay focused. Visitors to James Bruce Falls near British Columbia's Princess Louise Inlet could easily be distracted by the other, more visible waterfalls in the area. James Bruce Falls is a comparative trickle when viewed alongside more mammoth waterfalls. Its glacial water source produces a fraction of the flow of a large river, so it's more a winding ribbon of white water than a thundering sheet of falling water. James Bruce Falls twists and turns through 2,755 feet, 840 meters, of rocky, folded hills before emptying into the inlet. It is difficult to see in its entirety from its mouth, which must be reached by boat. A hike into the hills on local trails can produce a better view. Nearby, however, a number of other waterfalls can be found. Some of these, like the short but frothing Chatterbox Falls, produce their grandest display near the inlet shore. Vacationers and casual tourists may be tempted to stay near these easier-to-access falls, rather than making their way to what some regard as North America's highest waterfall. Number 10, Brown Falls, New Zealand, 836 meters, 2,743 feet. Waterfall hunters might be forgiven for missing the smallest of the 10 waterfalls on our list. For one thing, Brown Falls sits near the southern tip of New Zealand, emptying into Doubtful Sound along the coast of Fiordland National Park. The Sound, which is a large type of ocean inlet, sits miles from the nearest road and far from the island nation's major cities. The waterfall's path doesn't help its visibility, either. Starting at a height of 2,030 feet, 619 meters, the falls course through a series of gradual, frothing drops before plunging into a deep, brushy ravine. The lower half of the falls winds through the dense vegetation, which hides its path from most casual onlookers. This has made Brown Falls a target of speculation. Some argue that Sutherland Falls, also located in Fiordland National Park, is actually New Zealand's highest waterfall. That cascade plunges vertically over 3 straight steps in a misty, highly visible display. But with a total height of 1,902 feet, 580 meters, Sutherland falls slightly short of Brown.